The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you were the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach, a trip to the state fair, and a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino Ciao. A gift from Italy to your home. San Pellegrino Ciao is a flavored sparkling water made with real fruit juice, finished with a pinch of Sicilian salt for a perfectly balanced taste. So which flavor will you choose? Peach, lime, blood orange, cherry, or maybe the all-new limoncello? Crafted in Italy with 0 grams of added sugar. San Pellegrino Ciao. Buy it now.
I've been in this library for 6 hours. I'm out of snacks and energy. Plus, I just realized I forgot to put deodorant on.
Oh, girl, you're a mess. Let's run to Target.
Let's RTT.
We'll grab some protein chips, body spray, and deodorant.
And we get 20% off with Target Circle so we can get those great face masks for our self-care Sundays.
I love an SCS.
Let's get out of here.
College students get 20% off their next purchase with Target Circle. Subject to terms. Visit target.com/circle for more details.
Uh-oh. The Eagles offense was locked in on Monday during training camp practice. What are they ever going to talk about next? Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, jointly produced by the Eagles Pinpole Podcast Network and the STT Sports Network on YouTube. Guys, lock and load on either platform. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Do what you got to do. I'm your man, Phil Stiefel. And let's recap Monday. Was it day 4, day 5, 4th, 5th practice of training camp now? Wednesday, Thursday, day off Friday. They practice Saturday, off Sunday, then Monday. They got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. And actually tomorrow, Tuesday, they're actually going to lock in with some pads for the first time at training camp. But the story coming out of training camp so far most of the time has been the defense dominating the offense. And some people in the media will try to make you believe that, oh, no, Jalen Hurts stinks. You know, they'll make it this negative, right? When in reality, it's just the defense is that damn good. When in reality, the defense has been together for a long time, right? All pros everywhere, and the offense is learning something brand stinking new, right? But on Monday, things changed, and now I don't know what they're going to talk about, right? The Eagles' offense was locked in. The Eagles' offense dominated the defense. Jalen Hurts dominated, right? Jalen Hurts went 14 of 16 in Monday's practice for you training camp stat people with 3 touchdowns and an interception thrown. The interception looked like it was a miscommunication between he and the wide receiver. I didn't catch which wide receiver it was. Hurts expect him to go one way. The wide receiver went the other way. But, man, the execution of Sean Mannion's offense finally started to come together and dominate like it should. One of the things I heard a lot about, Hurts to Devontae Smith, it's just becoming an automatic, easy completion every single time. There was a design runs from Sean Mannion in the red zone. We actually saw red zone drills. We had touchdowns all over the place. It was just a complete and total perfected execution from the Eagles offense. A couple little notes that I want to get to you from this. It's going to be a continued thing that we're going to talk about a lot. Elijah Moore had a really good practice on Monday, hauled in some big plays. Darius Cooper continued to excel as well. Mekhi Lemon exited early and was only a limited participant in practice. And Cooper's ahead of Johnny Wilson. There's going to be a legit wide receiver roster battle going on. Right now, it looks like Johnny Wilson's on the outside in. Obviously, Mekhi Lemon is part of it, but, you know, Darius Cooper's ahead of Johnny Wilson. Elijah Moore is no slouch right now either. in this rotation at wide receiver. We may see more than 5 wide receivers kept on this roster for the first time in a long time coming out of training camp. But where the ball's going to go on any given Sunday from Jalen Hurts, I think it's up in the air, and it's going to continue to be an exciting, thing to watch progress throughout the training camp and preseason games. Andy Dalton was getting the quarterback 2 reps on Monday. Defensively speaking, Jalen Hunt, more flashing, definitely looks like he put on more muscle as well. He mentioned that after practice as well. Bernard got his first quote-unquote sack in this practice. Again, patience with that kid, but that's very good. Moro Ojomo spoke after practice on Monday, and he talked about how happy he was for Jalen Carter and Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis getting their extensions, and he would be lying if he wasn't a little jealous and wanted that extension. But he did say that the Eagles have spoken to his representation about working on extension, but he's going to just focus on what he does best, and that's play football. That's what he's got an agent for, right? It would be even harder if he was trying to focus on doing the contract. But it's kind of interesting. We assume that the Eagles are going to lose Moro Ojomo in the offseason after paying so much money to Carter and Davis. But obviously the Eagles like him. We know Vic Fangio loves him. Vic Fangio's already said that Howie better find a way to save money. We've seen how Jalen Carter's contract was structured so that it's not really a massive cap hit ever, and not even a decent cap hit for several years. Maybe the Eagles find a way to keep Moro Ojomo and keep that defensive line in check. And Moro Ojomo's playing for a big contract this year, obviously, and we expect him to go the Milton Williams route and sign big elsewhere after this season, get a comp pick and whatnot. But clearly, the Eagles have at least explored the idea on a way to retain Moro Ojomo, who is on the last year of his rookie deal, who, barely played at first, stepped up a little bit in year 2. Last year, obviously, started 9 games for the Eagles and had 6 sacks. The role keeps increasing for him, and I expect a huge role from him this year. The Eagles see that, and the Eagles are continuing to try to find a way. Nolan Smith did speak after practice as well. And he did talk about his off-the-field issues he had, apologizing, for it. He said he apologized to the organization. He wants to apologize to the fans, did not want to create a distraction, says he won't allow that kind of a thing to happen again. So that's what I got. Oh, one final note. Yes, Markel Bell did get some reps at right tackle 1, along with Fred Johnson. Lane Johnson was a DMP, did not practice, again, excused and all. As I said, we'll see a lot of that this offseason, but that's what I got for you guys today. That is all. Everyone have a great day. Go Birds. We'll talk tomorrow. Pat at practice tomorrow to recap. So have a good one. Go Birds.
Running a small business means I wear lots of hats. When I put on my hiring hat, I can count on LinkedIn Hiring Pro to make it easy. LinkedIn Hiring Pro helps manage my hiring workflow, puts my job post in front of a unique network of professionals, and matches me with the best candidates for my business. I can also share my job with my network. No other job site lets me do that. No wonder most small businesses say they'd use LinkedIn Hiring Pro again. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in-minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino Ciao. A gift from Italy to your home. San Pellegrino Ciao is a flavored sparkling water made with real fruit juice, finished with a pinch of Sicilian salt for a perfectly balanced taste. So which flavor will you choose? Peach, lime, blood orange, cherry, or maybe the all-new limoncello? Crafted in Italy with 0 grams of added sugar. San Pellegrino Ciao. Buy it now.
I've been in this library for 6 hours. I'm out of snacks and energy. Plus, I just realized I forgot to put deodorant on.
Oh, girl, you're a mess. Let's run to Target.
Let's RTT.
We'll grab some protein chips, body spray, and deodorant.
And we get 20% off with Target Circle so we can get those great face masks for our self-care Sundays.
I love an SCS.
Let's get out of here.
College students get 20% off their next purchase with Target Circle. Subject to terms. Visit target.com/circle for more details.
And bubbles up.